Tonight, Duluth schools are offering a post-holiday test for students and staff in hopes of keeping COVID cases low. Plus, January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, how you can bring light to the problem. And an Iron Range ATV club is honoring one of their own with a special memorial.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Briggs has the night off. The FDA has taken another big step in the battle against COVID-19 today as cases continue to surge across the country. The FDA authorized vaccine boosters for children ages 12 to 15 years old. The agency also said everyone 12 and older eligible for the third dose of the Pfizer vaccine can get it 5 months after their second dose rather than 6 months. The CDC still has to sign off on the booster for younger teens. The move comes as the number of new U.S. cases hit an all-time high last week, nearly 500,000 in one day. In Florida, positive COVID cases soared past 40,000 per day last week. Winter break is coming to an end for most districts, and kids will be back in the classroom this week. But with COVID cases spiking, schools are taking extra steps to keep their students safe and learning in person. CBS3's Natalie Grant stopped by a Duluth COVID testing site today to see how district leaders are preparing.
Duluth Public Schools are heading back to class tomorrow, and with testing kits like these in short supply, the district is taking an extra step to hopefully avoid a post-holiday outbreak. Duluth Public Schools offered 2 testing sites today, one on the east end of Duluth and one on the west. The East Duluth location was held at the Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd. There was a steady flow of people throughout the day. It was open to students, families, and staff to get tested before heading back to the classroom. Superintendent John Magus says they set up these sites to offer peace of mind to everyone in their district as the Omicron variant continues to bring some uncertainty.
As we were going into the winter break, we weren't 100% sure where we would be with unfolding Omicron variant and things like that, and so we wanted to make sure that we were doing everything possible to ensure safety.
Magus says ensuring kids are learning in the classroom and keeping everyone healthy is their main focus this year. They have also recently held vaccination and booster clinics for both students and staff. Well, Superintendent Magus says that they had 400 tests offered at each of those locations today. He says that they hope to continue offering pop-up testing sites like this in the future.
Thank you, Natalie. And coming up tonight at 10, we're hearing from a Duluth East parent who shares why these clinics are so appreciated by district families. 2 of Wisconsin's biggest school districts are going virtual due to an increase in COVID cases. Students in Milwaukee and Madison will be going back to online learning. Milwaukee went virtual today. District leaders say it's due to a sharp increase in positive tests among staff. They hope to be back in person next Monday. Madison extended its winter break with students returning to online classes Thursday. They also hope to be back in person by next Monday. Superior students return to school from winter break as well. Superior Public Schools currently has no testing requirement and will not require its students to wear masks. In the last week of classes before break, 5 students tested positive for COVID-19, down from 50 earlier in the month. This school board is holding a meeting tonight. Members are expected to discuss the mask policy. We'll have a reporter at the meeting, and we'll bring you the latest tonight at 10. But first, Dave is here for the latest in the weather world. And Dave, it sounds like some snow, huh?
Yeah, out of the cold into the snow before we go back to the cold. That's our timeline this week. And the snow we're facing could begin early tomorrow afternoon, last through Wednesday. And it could pack a bit of a punch. Alberta Clipper-style low is coming our way from the west. But by tomorrow, when it gets a hold of Lake Superior moisture, the snow quotient will go up. So we're looking at a winter weather advisory for Tuesday and Wednesday for Minnesota and a slice of Wisconsin. There's a straight-up winter storm warning going on tomorrow into Wednesday for Bayfield, Ashland, and Iron counties. Winter storm watch for the UP. It could slide to those folks as well. And it's sliding our way again from just a run-of-the-mill low-pressure system to the west. But again, with lake influence, it can really go towards some decent snow totals. I'm thinking about 3 to 6 for Minnesota and maybe 6 to even 10 for Wisconsin and the UP, and then it'll go away. But for the short term, what we have going on is tonight an increase in clouds, which will warm us up. Low temp 5 above instead of 30 below. That's a good deal. For Tuesday, high temp 23 in the afternoon. That's warmer than normal. 40% snow chance for Minnesotans, more than a 60% chance for the other side of the border. It'll go away after Wednesday, and the cold comes to call again, and we'll talk about how low it'll go this time around coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. It's a hidden problem that can be found in every community. January is National Human Trafficking Awareness Month. CBS 3's Larissa Millis shares the local effort to shine a light on this dark issue.
Human trafficking is an issue that can be found in every community, from Duluth to local tribal nations and across the state of Minnesota. Mayor Emily Larson says some people are impacted more than others.
The state recognizes sexual exploitation and sex trafficking as a complex problem that also disproportionately affects Indigenous populations at 10 times the rate of other populations in northeastern Minnesota.
Marcia Quito with the Fond du Lac tribe says a local program called Solidarity Shawls honors Indigenous survivors of sexual exploitation.
Our men and women have carried this pain in silence too long. Dancing is a time for healing, for celebration of life, friends, and family.
The Duluth Trafficking Awareness Coalition will host events throughout January. Workshops will include panels with survivor experts, training for healthcare providers, and collaborative events with Native Lives Matter.
Duluth is a strong community with partners who work alongside each other daily to provide critical care for our most vulnerable community members.
Leaders say they hope to shed light on this dark issue and head towards a world where it doesn't exist.
Until all people are home and safe and valued, whether they live in this community or some other community in the state of Minnesota, in this country, or in the world, our work to end human trafficking will continue.
The Duluth Human Trafficking Awareness Coalition will live stream these events. To learn the signs someone might be being trafficked and find the National Human Trafficking Hotline, you can head to our website. It's National Blood Donor Month, and Minnesota's senior senator held a virtual roundtable to discuss the state's blood shortage. Senator Amy Klobuchar spoke with leaders from the American Red Cross and Memorial Blood Centers. They say blood donations have dropped 10% since the start of the pandemic and are currently the lowest in a decade. Many blood drives in schools and businesses have been canceled as well. Angela Engblom with Memorial Blood Centers in Duluth says they have had to pass blood around hospitals to make sure everyone has enough supply.
But it has been really a big challenge. We have moved blood around. We've, had to, like I said, we've reduced inventory at the hospital, so they're not as comfortable with what they have because, a lot of our hospitals are a couple hours away from us.
Historically, organizers say January is the time of year when blood donations start to drop after the holidays, even as demand remains high. Here's a live look at the can of worms on this Monday evening. The Minnesota State Patrol says too many people rang in the new year behind bars. Over the holiday weekend, the State Patrol says 199 drivers across the state were arrested for driving drunk. Law enforcement stresses the importance of driving sober and planning ahead for rides when drinking. Still no word on what caused a house fire that killed twin brothers just north of Duluth. Fire crews responded to the Kenosha Township home just before noon Saturday for the report of a house fire. The person calling 911 said they stopped by the home to check on the brothers that lived there after not hearing from them for several days. The bodies of 68-year-old twin brothers Jerry and Terry Rouse were found in the home. Crews determined a fire happened sometime over the past few days. It went out on its own, but caused extensive heat and smoke damage. According to the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office, one twin died from smoke inhalation and burns. The other died of both smoke inhalation and carbon monoxide. The department says their deaths appear accidental. There was not a working smoke nor carbon monoxide detector in the home. The cause of the fire appears accidental and it remains under investigation. A bus driver has been arrested after passengers on the bus called 911 saying he was driving dangerously. Sean Edward Zelazny of Sturgeon Lake is charged with 3 DWIs. The 48-year-old is accused of drinking while transporting Duluth Denfeld boys basketball team to and from a tournament in Hibbing. According to a criminal complaint, state troopers pulled over the bus Zelezny was driving just before 6 p.m. Thursday in Cotton. There were 8 kids on the bus at the time, along with some coaching staff. Passengers on the bus say Zelezny hit a stop sign in Hibbing before the game. After the game, passengers say he drove the bus the wrong way on the road, missed multiple turns, and exhibited road rage. The responding trooper said the driver admitted to drinking alcohol before driving the bus. A field sobriety test showed his BAC was .218. Zelezny was arrested for DWI and taken to the hospital for further evaluation. No word on when he's due in court. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, a local ATV club is asking for your help in remembering an Ely hero. We'll explain next.
Today's high of 14 is still cooler than normal, but boy, is it warmer than it was for the weekend. Temperatures like that chill down will come back again by Thursday, but in between, we warm up to warmer than normal for a day or two. That helps bring on a chance of snow, and I'll talk about how much could fall for your town coming up after our break.
Do you experience neck pain or suffer from chronic headaches? Northland Anesthesia Associates offers pain injections for these trouble areas. NAA provides a customized treatment plan to achieve the best outcome and highest patient satisfaction. Call today for the relief you deserve.
Sick of waiting for your furniture to arrive? Menards has furniture you need in stock. Plus, you get a free rug. That's right. Buy any upholstered living room furniture at $299 or more and get a free 5x7 area rug. That's $149.99 in savings. Need a new chair? How about a sectional? A new recliner or love seat? Buy one today. Get a free rug. Hurry up. Get to Menards before they're gone. In store only while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards. Whatever your life story,
you deserve access to comprehensive, affordable health insurance.
That's why Minnesotans have MNsure.
MNsure is where you can find health coverage for every Minnesota story,
regardless of where you live or what your income is.
MNsure is the only place where you can access savings to help lower the cost of your health coverage.
And you can get free help in person or over the phone
to enroll you in a plan that fits your needs,
your budget,
and your story.
Visit MNsure.org today to get started.
But my family has noticed that I smile for the first time in 20 years. And not only do I smile a lot now. And it's one great feeling. It made the difference between me having really awful teeth to somebody who is going around grinning like an idiot.
Never be afraid to smile again. Call Lake Dental today for your free smile analysis.
It's that time of the year when we all want a transformation. First we hit the gym, then we try to diet. How about a makeover that will actually last? A bath makeover from Bath Planet. In 2022, we are offering a free premium color upgrade, 2 free accessories, plus no interest, no payments, and nothing down until 2023. So skip the gym and the diet and call Bath Planet or go online to book your appointment today. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Steven. Welcome to Play It Again Sports, the largest locally owned hockey store in the area.
For over 30 years, we've supported youth sports in the area, and we'd like to invite you in this upcoming hockey season.
Trade in, trade up, and save.
Doesn't really matter who you are, where you live, you have a 20 family.
People reach a crisis moment, and they don't see any other way out.
Suicide is the 4th leading cause of death for people ages 25 to 34. People struggle with it every day.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Tiffany. If you or your loved one struggles with their mental health and or thoughts of suicide, no, you are not alone. Reach out for help and talk to someone.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Temperatures over the weekend were dipping to 30, 40 below up north in Minnesota, and not too much warmer than that for many of the rest of us. That type of cold is going away for a couple of days. It may be back again by next weekend, but first, tonight we watched the clouds build back in from a low pressure system to the west. That low brings us another chance for snow Tuesday afternoon and through Wednesday afternoon. Then by Thursday, the Arctic air slips back into our region and we go back below zero. The snow totals could be impressive for some towns and moderate for others. We'll show you who's going to get what here after we take this quick look at our current conditions from Duluth International, where the current temp is 10 and the clouds are already on the increase there as that low gets closer. Northwest winds going 5 miles per hour and our relative humidity that is at 76%. Current temp, International Falls, 6 degrees above zero. Hibbing can match that, so can Chisholm. Down to 2 Grand Rapids, though, but still holding on to 10 from Cloquet to Moose Lake. Up the North Shore, a lot of single digits, but a couple lower double digits. Getting into Wisconsin, we see a range of 11 in Superior to 13 in Ashland, and also 10 from Hayward to 17 in La Pointe. Current numbers for our friends in the UP are stuck at 15 above zero. So again, we call that a nice victory over the chill we had for the weekend. Moving now to the cloud cover here. Of course, first we see that northern Minnesota, parts of Wisconsin will be facing a winter weather advisory tomorrow. From the upper peninsula here to the Bayfield Peninsula, winter storm warning there. That's where the snow will be the heaviest. And for folks in the UP, there is a chance for the snow to pass your way as well. So you're looking at a winter storm watch, because it could happen. There's also a slight chance it won't. But with these clouds increasing like this, I think it is going to happen. As a low-pressure system from Montana comes our way, taking shape on the lee side of the Rockies, forming up as a simple clipper. But it doesn't become so simple once it tangles with the moisture from Lake Superior. Then it gets a little bit sassier indeed, and the snow chance runs from 40% in Minnesota to 60+% for Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula. Talking about the timing, I think that low is going to be with us by about 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, starting to approach northern Minnesota, and then it fills into the rest of the region as we go in through Wednesday. And by the time we get towards Wednesday night, things should dry up for Minnesota, much of Wisconsin, but the snow belt could linger longer thanks to lake effect, and that's why the snow totals there will be among the heaviest. For the friends that we have in the snow belt, I think you're going to go about 6 to even 10 inches there. And for northern Minnesota and parts of Wisconsin, 3 to 6 is a more plausible range, though some parts of Douglas County could go into the 7-inch range. Great news as usual for snow fans. For the rest of us still tuckered out from snow blowing last week, here we go again. Tonight in Minnesota, low temps. They will go a little bit below zero from the ranges to the border, but otherwise run about 2 to 9 above. The rest of the state, mostly cloudy sky builds in. It spills over to Wisconsin and Michigan, where lows there are 3 to 7 above zero. Tomorrow, high temps in Wisconsin, Michigan, mid-20s, much warmer than normal. Well, not much. 4 degrees, though, warmer than normal. Again, we call that a victory. 60% chance there for moderate to heavy snow Tuesday and Wednesday. 40% shot for light to moderate snow in Minnesota. Highs tomorrow, 15 inland, 26 by the lake. And then we go back to the deep freeze by Thursday. Partially sunny and a high of only 1. We might rise up to 15 above on Saturday with our next snow chance, Kristen. But then temperatures dive down again. We'll get low temps as cold as 20 below again, even here in the Twin Ports. And last weekend, that meant 40 below for some towns up north. So, yeah, bundle up, get ready, take care of the animals, gird your loins, all of that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, at least at this point, we're used to a lot of snow and very cold temperatures. So we're good.
Yeah, we are good. It happens every year.
Sure does. Thanks, Dave. A local ATV club is planning a memorial for one of its members gone too soon. Greg Mosier was a member of the Prospector ATV Club. He's the Ely man who saved 2 women from a house fire, then died just days later. The club wanted to do something special in his memory. They're building an overlook of Putnam Lake, a place Mosier visited. Club members say he was instrumental in getting people to join the club, making it what it is today.
He invited them to come on a ride. He made sure they had a good time when they were out there and they got to learn about their trails and so on. So why not memorialize somebody who was really instrumental in doing that part of the club?
The club is still accepting donations for the memorial. They hope to have it built and open by the end of summer. Well, Duncan joins us now for a look at what's going on in sports. Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks. Sadly, I had to watch that Vikings game.
I know. What a way to kick it off.
Yeah, I was ready for it. I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
So I was ready for the pain.
Always mentally prepared.
Yep. And sadly, we're going to talk about them one more time. We're going to recap that showdown between the Vikes and the Pack. And plus, it was another tough week on the ice for UMD men. We update their latest college hockey rankings.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChev.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChev.com, a better way to buy.
The big in-stock winter blowout sale is on at Slumberland Furniture. Get year-end savings on everything in stock. Over 20 different sofas in stock and ready to go. Over 50 accent chairs and recliners, too. In-stock items can be in your home really fast, even just a few days in some areas. Plus, save an extra 30% off all clearance items in store. Huge store-wide savings. Everything is on sale and shipping is free. The big in-stock winter blowout at Slumberland Furniture.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our Smithfield pork spare ribs for only $2.49 per pound and get chicken fryer thighs for just 99 cents per pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get 3 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes or 2 pounds of yellow onions for just 99 cents each and get 6 ounces of fresh blackberries for just $1.66. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on Live Local CBS3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Here's a reality check. COVID-19 is still here.
Rising cases are straining healthcare resources in our community.
We're all tired.
We are all exhausted.
Know that we are still committed to caring for you.
But we need your help.
We're asking you, please,
get vaccinated.
Get your booster.
Mask up in public.
Social distance.
For you.
Your family. Our community.
For all of us.
Thank you.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
The Supreme Court building behind me is once again at the center of a monumental battle. Tonight, a congressional investigation sparked by reporting from CBS News. Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
A deadly storm system tore through America's heartland. The people of Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, and Tennessee have a long road to recovery. And now it's time for each of us to help heal the heartland. Text HL Tornado to 51555 and donate to the Salvation Army relief efforts. Every donation goes directly to relief efforts in those areas. Learn more at CBS3Duluth.com. Live, local, CBS3, helping heal the heartland. Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Just over a month ago, on November 29th, the UMD men's hockey team was the #1 ranked team in the country. Ever since then, it has been a steady fall for the Dogs, who come in ranked 8th in this week's poll. And the Dogs can thank #1 ranked Minnesota State for their new spot. This past weekend, the Mavericks swept a home-and-home series with UMD in dominating fashion, outscoring UMD by a total of 5-1. The Dogs didn't drop in the rankings by too much, though, only falling 2 spots from 6th to 8th, but are now just 11-8-1 on the season as they prepare for another tough road matchup against 4th-ranked St. Cloud State. And as for those UMD women, they had a much different result this weekend. The Lady Dogs rolled on the road over 10th-ranked Harvard, picking up a series sweep, while Gabby Hughes, she was named WCHA Forward of the Week for her 6.4-goal weekend, but sadly UMD stayed as the 8th-ranked team in the country. The Lady Dogs now prepare for a home matchup this weekend against in-state rival St. Cloud State as well. And it was a significant night on the frozen tundra in Green Bay last night with a win over the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers have locked up the #1 seed in the NFC playoffs. It started out slow, but Green and Gold coasted to a 37-10 win over rival the Minnesota Vikings. On paper, that buys them 2 weeks off with a now meaningless Week 18 against the Lions, a first-round bye, and then in the playoffs. But today, Matt LaFleur says he's not necessarily going to rest his guys this Sunday.
right now the mindset is going into this is we're going to play our guys, and we're going to approach it like every other game. And I just think that the reason behind that is I'm not comfortable having essentially a 3-week layoff for our guys. And I know you can look at it a million different ways, and there's never a right answer unless it works out.
Makes sense to me. On the other side of things, there's those Minnesota Vikings and Mike Zimmer, who could very well be on his way out as Viking heads coach this upcoming Monday after their game with the Chicago Bears. But as of right now, Zimmer is still employed by the Vikes after their atrocious loss to the Packers, knocking them out of the playoff race.
We fumbled the ball in overtime against Cincinnati. We gave up a touchdown at the end of the game against Dallas. We missed a field goal against Arizona. We lost in overtime against Baltimore. We gave up a pass on the last play of the game against Detroit. Those are critical things that happen throughout the course of the year. You hit half of those and you are in the playoffs.
If the Bears can beat the Vikings, both teams will finish 7-10 on the season. And finally, the Winter Olympics in Beijing start exactly 1 month from today, and curling fans will now have something extra to prepare for those games. NBC's streaming service Peacock will be releasing a 4-part docuseries called American Rock Stars, highlighting Team Schuster's gold medal in 2018. It'll be narrated by Nick Offerman. If you had to look up his name, he's the guy who plays Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec. It premieres on January 26th. He's funny. He also played George Lopez's mom's girlfriend in George Lopez show, which I loved.
That's an old one.
I know. I think it was in the
throwback.
90s. So,
how about Team Schuster, though? We love to talk about Team Schuster.
Top dogs in this area. Top dogs.
Thanks, Duncan. The $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope is approaching its final orbit, which is about 1 million miles away from Earth. It has only taken about a month for the telescope to reach its final orbit, which NASA is calling 29 days on edge. The telescope just entered the riskiest part of that journey. Today, ground controllers began tensioning and tightening the first layer of the telescope's tennis court-sized sun shield, which will protect the telescope from the sun's high temperatures. NASA says once the shield is fully deployed, the telescope will be most of the way through a very high-stakes part of the journey and could be sending back its first images in about 6 months. And we have some of our team members here at CBS3 who are very excited to see those images.
Yeah, we have a lot of space nerds around
here.
We do. That is pretty cool. I'm an atmosphere nerd, and we're going to be taking a journey again tomorrow afternoon into Wednesday for more snow. 40% to start, 70% to finish by the time it wraps up Wednesday evening. 3 to 6 for many Minnesota towns, could go 6 to 10 for our friends in Wisconsin.
All right. We'll see you at 10.